Hey guys, I'm Telly Trevere. Welcome back to Speedpaint Sunday. Here's our subject for this week. It's from one of the newer areas in Fontaine. Um, yeah, it should be a fun one. Look at all these shapes. It's all so swooshy. All these like swirling kind of wavy kind of rock formations. Very cool. Um, yeah, and a lot of fun light and stuff going on. So yeah, let's just get right into it, I guess. Um, this here's about a little under halfway up the thing, I guess. It needs to stick out more, I think. This is too far this way, I think. It needs to be more like here. Like that, maybe? Kind of like that sort of deal. This also maybe needs to go a bit further out. All right, what else? This bit over here. So wavy. Look at all that. Um, I usually kind of leave flowers and stuff to later, but these are prominent enough that I might put them in the sketch. Hmm. Decent, maybe. Sort of like that. Oh boy, just so much stuff going on here. Man, I don't know how much of this I really want to put into the sketch. Probably shouldn't go too hard on sketching. I think that's maybe enough. I should probably put in the bell thing. And maybe this flower here too. Okay, bell thing. It was about here. Making sure I got all of the other kind of landmarks around it reasonably spaced. I think that's actually pretty reasonable. It's maybe a little bit too much this way, but that's not a huge deal. Um, I feel like there's not enough space between here, and I'm not sure. I think I have this part too high up is the problem. Um, you know what? I don't usually do this, but let's just... Shoop. Hey, Lasso, what are you doing? Just kind of move that down. Move it. Come on, move it down. So like the tip of this should be kind of sort of lined up with the border here. It's about maybe like a third-ish of the way up the piece. So yeah, it definitely needs to be a little bit lower. More like that. Maybe even more. Like that, I think. And these actually they kind of line up. I just made this one too, like, yeah. Kind of like that. Okay, so how about the bell? Bell, I think, is okay. Probably, I feel like it needs to be a little bit wider. I feel like in cases like this, where there's just like a focal thingy, I tend to make it too big. So I want to be careful with that. I think I got it the right size this time. Maybe for once it'll be okay. I do think it's shifted over a little bit, but not a huge deal. Okay, this is maybe should go more like that. I think that's about good for the initial sketch, probably. These should kind of be closer together. Maybe I took off too much of that. But we'll figure things out more when I actually put in the colors. All right. The eternal question. How many layers to do? I think these foreground parts, this one and then this one, could easily go on separate layers. Whereas the background could maybe all be one layer. So I think we can maybe do this as kind of a two-layer situation. All right, let's see. We'll start with the back. Is that a good color for it? I think it's a decent color to start with. Sort of, kinda. Not super representative of what the color looks like, but I think it'll do. I think we definitely need to go bluer. And probably darker. Um, Okay, I probably shouldn't go too crazy on this because this is also going to all get painted over pretty much. Let's go in with the darker blues. Well, I don't know if darker is really the right word, but um, something like this maybe. Um, let's see. Uh, get some more of the kind of darker shadows. Let's actually go a little bit with the thicker brush. Oh, wow, already. We've barely started. Thank you, though. A little bit more of the darker bits on the shadow here. Guess it's never too early to start putting in some rock texture. That's always fun. I think these dark shadow bits I'm going to have to go in with even more dark colors, but it's good to start placing them just to kind of remember where they are at least. And then we can go back with more iterations to deepen them further. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to tell what's what before we put in some of the foreground stuff too. Um, hmm. Let's see, is it time to start putting in the foreground elements? Maybe I should. Yeah, we've gotten kind of a, I guess there's a lot of green that we're missing here, but let's get kind of the blues out of the way first. These are really fun because you can kind of see these like swirly, sparkly things that look like almost like stars. Is this whole area underwater? I don't remember. I think this might actually be not, but still it has kind of a little bit of an underwater aesthetic. So for these we need to go much darker. Let's see. Maybe more towards the teal too. They're like super dark. Maybe like this. This might not even be dark enough. Oh, no, that looks pretty decent. So I can't quite tell what the border is between this dark part and this green because it's all covered by the plants. But we're just gonna kind of put it in there and then try to cover up with plants later. I feel like it still kind of needs to be a little bit darker, but we'll go in with shadows and make it darker like that. Genshin background looks like a Tinkerbell movie background. I've never watched the Tinkerbell movie. Uh, But I do love the Genshin Impact backgrounds. There's a lot of really beautiful, like, landscapes in that game. Okay. Yeah, definitely will need to go darker eventually. Let's... Hmm. Should we start going with the greens? Maybe. Maybe it's time to go in with greens. How's this for green color? Oh, that's a little bit poison green. Yeah, like that. It's kind of blending a little bit too much with the other thing, maybe, but all right, well, it's maybe still a little bit too bright, but we can adjust that. That'll definitely be too bright for this side. I think actually if we take some of the dark color and just blend it in a little bit, I think that would help a good amount. I think this base green is still a little bit too bright. Maybe something like this would be better. Actually, maybe too light now, though. Maybe it should be lighter, though. I don't know. Hard to say. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, wrong brush. I especially don't know what I'm doing picking the wrong brush. All right. I don't feel like getting a new color, so I'm gonna... No, I need to get a new color. Let's get a darker green in there. Actually, before we do that, we're gonna need a darker green for this side, but I think we can use this green for the ones on the other layer. So let's get those in. With the thick paint, though. Not exactly right, but I think it's a decent start that we can work off of later. Get a little bit of my kind of extra dark color. Whoa, pen, please stop freaking out. Um, hmm. Hmm. Let's see now. Which layer should this be on? I think this should be on the front layer. Um, I think I'm gonna put this bit on the back layer though, because it just blends more with this stuff. Okay. We've got that. Um, I want to do a little bit of darkening on these, and then I want to get this front bit in with the darker green. So let's take this and go... Do I want to just go black? I need to go super dark on these. I think I kind of want to do some general like shading first and then put in more details with like put in texturing over it afterwards. Something like that, maybe. And then I can put my harder lines back in. Oops. Nope. Something like that, I guess. Okay. Let's do this bit. The bottom I think I can just do with my dark color from before. And then this top part is going to have to be a green, but we need a darker green than what we have now. Is that good enough? That's a decent green. I think I pushed it a little bit too far down though. Yeah, there we go. Get our dark blue to do a little bit of shading in here. Okay. Let's see. We definitely need a lot more detail up in here, even not counting the bell and stuff. What would be a good thing? Oh, right, we need to put in this area too. I'm just gonna keep doing that on this layer here. I think that will be fine. Let's stick with our dark green for a bit, maybe, and then switch back to regular green. What was our regular green? I forget which one was the regular green. Okay. Uh, it's probably fine. And then over here, we're gonna need to put in a bunch of yellows. Should we do a yellow pass? Let's do a yellow pass. Let's just take some yellows and put them in a bunch of places. This is going to be kind of the big yellow area, but we also need some back on this other layer too. Oi! Why does my pen do that sometimes? I think this shape is kind of off. Let's extend that up this way a little bit with the green, and then go back to keep yellowing it. Okay, let's see. This I think kind of ended up being too green. I need some more actually blues in there. And also not forget this bit here. Let's finish up the yellows though. Maybe get even brighter over here. And actually, let's maybe even go with the thick paint in here. And then back over here, we're going to have to go super intense. Oh, what? Wrong layer. I have to switch layers for that. Don't forget. I feel like I should go even more like orange kind of in here. Blend it out a little bit. Yeah, let's just take the green, blend it in slightly. I love backgrounds like this with lots of penumbra and a little shiny ray spot. Yeah, it's really beautiful, especially just like the kind of hazy light. Again, I don't actually remember whether this particular area is literally underwater, but it definitely has that kind of vibe of just being a little bit like underwatery. All right, let's see. Actually, let's get some of our lighter green here and put it in this area too. Just so it has some more depth with different colors. Okay. What do I want to do? I don't think I'm gonna I will probably save the bells kind of for last, but I do want to get in more of this central area. Let me start by putting in some of the blues there that I was talking about before. I need to get that darker. Where's the darker blue I was using? I think it was probably one of these two. Just to make sure that this edge of this rock stays relatively defined. So I don't blend it out too much. Maybe go like more saturated a little bit on this one. But still kind of staying light. And get some of these highlights down in these rocks too. Too dark. Although maybe not. Maybe I should have gone dark. Let's see. I think I need to get more dark colors in here in general. Was this? No, this was too dark. Where was my, like, color that was dark but not super dark? Okay, maybe it was this one. Let's just get a bit more. Let's... More of the dark bits, I guess. Hmm. Let's see, man. There's so much happening over here. Let's start putting in more kind of tealish, greenish colors up there. I feel like it needs to go even more green. Probably use the softer brush for this. Uh-oh. My OBS disconnected for a sec there. Are we good? I think my stream disconnected for just a few seconds, but I think we're okay. Um, wait. Let me kind of blend this border in a little bit. And actually maybe get even the dark green that I had to help blend that a little. What else? What else? There's more of these, like, what are they, like rock strata here. What is this, like, kind of rock called? Where it has all of these, like, wavy shapes and, like you see this kind of thing a lot in canyons and stuff. Oops. Okay, I'm actually not going to mess with this part too much because I think it's more the middle part that needs to be messed with. We have time, 40 minutes. Yeah, we're definitely getting to that point in the stream where we need to start planning out the timing. Let's see. How am I doing on time? The main thing I obviously need to get in is the bell. Well, and the multiple bells, really. The bell and the flowers. I think the flowers are pretty important as well. And of course, this entire whole lighting thing. I guess that's maybe kind of part of doing the bell. Okay, we have 20 minutes. Not a ton of time, but I think we can do it. Mm. This needs to be... I'm not sure what color to do this with. I think that color will do, probably. Some more of it in here. There's this whole little thing sticking out that I didn't include in the sketch. That's okay. Yeah, it's an effect that water erosion makes on the rocks, exactly. It just makes it turns it into such cool, fun shapes. I really like it. Man, this effect here on this edge is such a wonky one to try to replicate. I'm struggling with it. What color is that? That's such a weird color. It's like some kind of teal. I think this is just like slightly muddied. Maybe if I take my dark color and just like blend it in lightly, I can get some kind of effect. I don't love that. I think the trick is going to be blending in some more yellows. We definitely need more yellows in here. Also, I think we need to go lighter over here. All right, how do we do this lighting up here? I'm gonna try to do it without the bell first, which is maybe not a great idea, but we'll try. We need a lot of yellow. This is such a weird lighting effect, but I think I can figure it out. I think this yellow ended up being a little bit too dark. I probably should have started with a paler yellow. You know what? Yeah, let's undo that. Make that go away. Maybe I should just start with the extra light colors and then I can get in the darker stuff separately. Like this actually might be a decent yellow to start with. Maybe it's too light, but no, I think it's fine actually. Time, 15 minutes left. Uh-oh. That's not looking good for me actually. Uh-oh. Now I'm nervous. Yeah, I think we're just gonna need to go with straight up white in the middle here. Oh. All right, fluffy one, I love you, but please do not distract me right now. I'm in the middle of something. Uh-oh, I think my computer is lagging a little bit. Uh-oh. Let's get our blues back. Sure, why not? Let's do this one. Okay, okay, I think we're doing it. I think it's happening. I think this is working. The main thing is we really need to get that bell in, and we're running short on time. Uh-oh. Okay, I know what's happening. What's happening is that I'm accidentally blending with stuff up here that's kind of hidden. That's not good. Okay. Um, Bell time. Just start with the blue, I guess. Dense watercolor, yep. Actually, let's start with our dark blue for kind of the shadow underneath. You know what? No, not dense watercolor. Let's go with the thick brush. Okay, so far so good. You know what? Yeah, let's go with our light yellow color for the highlights. I think that'll be good. Not light enough though. Okay, I think that's working. Um, let's try to get the little inner dangly bell thing in there too. Okay, something like that. And then get a nice, I don't know, would a green color be good for, whoops. I think it's kind of like a pretty bright green by the looks of it. Oh my gosh, why can I not draw straight lines? Okay, that's probably as straight as it's gonna get. Um, How's the time? 10 minutes left. I think we're making good time. There's some more bells here, but they're not super important. There's the swirly thing here that I want to get in, and there's the flowers that I really want to get in. I think, yeah. I would like to get some more detail on some of this other background stuff, but I think the main priorities are going to be getting the flowers, getting more kind of light swirls out here. I would really like to get this part brighter, but that's going to be hard to do now that I have the bells in there, unfortunately. I'm going to try to go around them a little bit. I tried to get it in as much as I could before I put in the bells, but, well, it can't be perfect. I think that actually looks pretty decent. All right. Let's see. Flowers. Flowers are important. Um, let's start. I think we need like a vivid blue. Something like this. Maybe go a little bit more towards the purpley side. What layer do I put the flowers on? I think let's just put them on this one. It's mainly this cluster of flowers and this cluster of flowers. The ones in the background I might have to ignore because I don't have a lot of time. All right, it's go time. We're almost done. And there's also like all this foliage that kind of covers up this area. Oh, oh dear. Oh, pen, please. I'm having a little bit of lag here, I think. You know what? Let's just put in at least the stems of these other flowers. Just a little bit of them at least. Just so we kind of remember that they're there. Okay. Now let's pinkify. Okay, that's probably good enough. Let's actually go ahead and get an in-between blue here. Um, hmm. I probably shouldn't be messing around with so many colors so late in the drawing, but here we are. Yep. This one's a little bit tricky because over here they're like blending in with the other background stuff. Oh well, that's how it's gonna have to be. Hey, Vucky, you're fashionably late. Yeah, we're almost done, but you still made it. Thank you for coming. All right, oof, 6 minutes. Let's see how many more of these flowers I can get in here. Oh man, my pen is like kind of lagging. Computer, stop. Hmm. My computer's even telling me to plug it in because it's low on battery. Oops. But that's okay. We're almost done anyway. You'll be fine, computer. Relax. All right. Let's let's go ahead and try to put them in the background too. I don't know if they'll really stand out, but okay. These would be beautiful if you had an extra hour. Well, that's kind of part of the point. Um, let's see. Okay, one more thing that I think the main thing I want to do now is put in the extra little like swirly around. Having a panic attack. Around the bell here. Let's go ahead and put that in. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing with art that like it's never enough time. You can kind of, depending on how you adjust your process and your expectations, uh, nothing's ever really done, is it? But yeah, I was also actually, I have been thinking about ways I can kind of take my speed paints to the next level. And one of the things that I think could be cool is doing like a part two on some of them. Oh shoot, you know what else I'm missing? I'm missing these like blue sparkly bits over here. Oh, and all of the other random shit. Um, But yeah, I do think it would be really cool to like take existing speed paints and like revisit them for like a round two. All right, let me try to get some of this shit in real quick. Let's see how fast I can. This is not the right color in the slightest. Oh God. It needs to be way more teal. What am I doing? I don't have time for this. Okay, whatever. That'll have to do. On the other side, it is more green though. And also much darker. Shit. What am I doing? What was I saying? I was trying to say something while also trying to finish this speed paint. 3 minutes. Uh-oh. Let's take this color here for some. Oh God, no, that's not right. No, not that. This color will have to do. No, where's my dark color? Yeah, like that. Okay, I saw there were comments. I'll address them in a bit. Let me let me try to finish this. What else did I say I wanted to do? Oh, right, the sparkly bits. Sparkly bits. I don't know. What color do I need to do for that? That's not quite right. Oh, shoot. I lost my tracking too. Oh God, everything's going wrong. There's some like sparkly bits there. I don't have time to put in the sparkly, but there's stuff going on. That looks really bad. I don't like that. Maybe I should just give up on it. I mean, I can at least put in a little bit of like extra texture stuff here, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think that's gonna have to be it. Um, what else do I have in my last minute? You know what I really want to do? I really want to texture this freaking grass. Just not. It just looks a little too flat. I just hate having like a great big area in the foreground that just looks totally flat. Like that already just looks so much better. All right, I think that's gonna have to be it. Time's up. There we go. I really like how this one turned out. I think that was very fun. Um, Doing great for just an hour with that kind of background. And yes, it's a great idea for round two of speed draws. Thank you. And yeah, I think it would be cool because like the way that I do this, they're like my entire process is structured around having only 1 hour. Like I plan out the things that I do with the expectation that I'm only going to have 1 hour to do it, and then I have to make sacrifices and abstract out a lot of things. So I think it would be interesting to go through that whole process and then do a second go around with an extra pass, plus the fact that I would have some time kind of away from the drawing. Like if you stare at something too long, you just kind of get lost in it to some extent. Like you you don't notice a lot of things because you've just been looking at it for too long. So I think being able to go back and look at some older speed paints with fresh eyes would be really fun. So yeah, that's something that could be cool to do. Anyway, I really like how this one came out. Look at that. It's quite fun. Um, Thank you for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. Yeah, I will be doing this again next week. And then in the meantime, I have some game streams during the week where I'm playing Amaranthus. You guys should go watch because it's a fun game. And then, also as a heads up, I'm doing a special anniversary stream on September 3rd. So that's in about a week and a half. I hope you guys can join me there. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this current stream. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later. Bye.